Seems so much more real when you're actually recording.
Doesn't it though? Take it away, oh fearless captain.
Oh, we're ready for me? You're gonna do the intro.
Off to a great start. We're doing this. We're doing this.
or how do we
Or
or like how do we want to start? Do we want to just like say a few words about something, then the intro comes in after?
should we have practiced this?
We should
Probably.
have practiced this.
You know this is going in our first video, just us being awkward for the first time ever. Okay, let's start with the intro.
I mean, that is a really dope intro there.
I know.
You know how we do. First episode. Hats off to Phoebe.
Okay, we're doing this.
Is Reel Shenanigans. Hello, everybody. And this is our very first episode. We're trying things out. We don't know exactly what we're doing, but hey, we're here to make you laugh, talk about some things, and we'll see what happens. How are you doing today, Phoebe?
I'm here. I'm doing pretty dang great. So I really can't complain today of all days.
Okay, why not fantastic?
I'm sorry, you are correct. I am 1000% fantastic. It is a rainy day here in LA. And I did not know it was raining until a giant clap of thunder like 5 minutes ago. So
what is happening out there in LA? I just feel like there's monsoons and all sorts of thunderstorms happening where that I feel like it never rains there and it's just making up for the last 10, 15 years.
That's exactly what it's doing. Like in the last 2 years, we have flooded so many times and I'm over it. I moved to LA, well, to act, but also because we don't have extreme weather here. And when I tell you it has flooded, we have been having mudslides and it doesn't rain in LA. That's literally I go on an entire tangent about the rain here.
Well, it sounds like Houston to me. No, not really.
Right.
I mean, we had our normal storm here, the other day. Yeah. It rained like all day. I'm surprised it didn't flood, but But that's besides the point. We are here to talk about film, TV news, industry news, just fun things that make us laugh and enjoy. And that's kind of the purpose we are here for today. And for all of our upcoming episodes of just Reel Shenanigans. I know me and Phoebe, we've had these talks for plenty of hours and days and weeks and months. I won't say quite years, but a very long time where we just talk about things. And we were hoping that it would be interesting for you to watch. So please subscribe, like, comment. If you like anything, tell us what topics you want to talk about, and we will definitely dive into it. We're going to look and have live trailer reactions, talk movie news, different things that's going on in the industry, different things that's just going on in our lives. And we'll bring on special guests of other actors, other people in the industry. And it'll be a fun time to just kind of have some real shenanigans.
You can tell why we picked this name. Hello, look at this, please. This is our dynamic. Yeah, Jenerro's right. I mean, we have literal hours-long conversations about things that we want to see in the industry, how we want to kind of have our footstep in the industry. And so we thought it was interesting, and hopefully you do too. Also, I'm Phoebe. This is Jenerro.
If we have not introduced ourselves. But Phoebe, tell the folks exactly where you are. I know we did say you're in LA, but why are you out in LA? What are the things you're trying to accomplish out there? And what is it that you want in life as an actor?
Well, I am in Los Angeles. I have been out here this time around almost 2 years. It'll be 2 years in, what did I move? July, end of July, August. Which is insane that I've been out here this long already now. I'm an actor and now a writer, weirdly enough.
Why you said it's weird? You've been writing forever.
Well, no, I have not been writing. Don't listen to him. He's lying to you. I have been writing. I started writing randomly during lockdown, and then I ended up finishing a feature and a couple of shorts that we are actually making one of them into a film. So get
Yes, we
excited.
are. It's going to be grand, and we'll give you
Yeah.
more details once we get closer to that. But we
Yeah.
have been talking about that, and but what is the difference? What do you think is the biggest difference for being out in LA versus Houston as an actor?
That is a loaded question.
Outside of it being LA, obviously.
Yeah. I think, well, I don't even know if this is different. I think in Houston, um, my situation was a little different. I moved from LA to Houston because I got an
Mhm.
in Houston and I was very burned out here the first time I lived here. So um, I came into Houston being a working actor. And then when I moved back to LA, I left my agent. So now I'm back in LA without an agent, but I'm still a working actor. So where I think if I were in Houston and hadn't had an agent, I could kind of get lost in the hustle and maybe kind of the everyday life of things. Here, I don't have a choice. It is so expensive to live out here. I specifically came back to LA only to act. Like, that is the only reason I am here. And so I am very, very, very focused now that I'm here for why I'm here. But it's very different. The people are different, and it's not in a good or a bad way. They just are. It is it's very, very hustle culture here. It's very, I feel like I gained a community much quicker. Well, I would have gained a community much quicker in Houston had I ever gone out. But once I started going out and meeting people in Houston, it was very easy for me to make my community there. Whereas
Mm.
here, even I don't go out. I'm not a huge partier anymore, but
Why are you lying to the people? We know you're out there.
I'm
You're in these
really
streets.
not. Oh,
I
mm,
see
don't,
these streets
mm-mm,
all the
mm-mm,
time.
mm-mm, don't let
What
him lie
about
to
that?
you. Don't let him lie to you. Do not let
You
him lie
tell
to
me there
you.
was a party Phoebe out there.
I said no, 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 no. Not a partier. Not anymore. I used to be. Let
That's
me
what
be
I'm
real on
talking
this.
about.
I used to be, and she appears once in a blue moon, but it's expensive to party here.
So you
Um,
killed you
what?
killed you killed Party Phoebe.
I didn't mean to. I really didn't mean to. But she's in
She's in there.
retirement.
She's
She's
in
here. She comes out to play every now and then. But yeah, so it was just a lot of um I am starting to find a community out here, which is very nice. I've gotten back into class out here. I also moved out here, and then a few months later we went into strike. So things are opening back up, and I'm going to more things, and I'm actually doing a show Sunday. So next
there.
Sunday.
Hey,
So,
what the-
or not Sunday, Saturday. Next Saturday. So
plug that
like
show. Shameless plug. Do it.
it is at the Long Beach Playhouse. They do a contest for um writers, and then the one of the perks of it is the writers get to see their work come to life. So we're doing a staged reading of it, and they get
Everybody
to
out in Long Beach, go check it out. Go support my girl Phoebe, people.
yeah, so that's me. I've been doing this for my whole life. So
It's morbid,
yeah.
but it's fine.
How about you, sir?
I'll be there one day, but yeah. For
Tell him,
me,
everyone in the comments right now, comment right now, tell him move here because I am lonely and I need my people out here.
eventually,
Yeah,
not yet.
eventually.
I got
Yeah.
some
So what
things
about
in
you?
life.
What are you doing?
For moi, hello, GWade or Jenerro or G or J, whatever you want to call me. I've had a lot of nicknames in my life, so just roll with it. Born and raised here in Houston, Texas. You know how I do. Lived in Iowa and went there for undergrad, played a little football. Then I played overseas in London, and that's where I really think I grasped my first taste of an acting bug. Uh, Ended up working in the West End just as front of house bar stock manager. All my friends are actors. I went to school. I was there to get my master's, and I played for a team out there. But I acted in high school, in college, but never was like, oh yeah, I want to be a professional actor. But it was very interesting to me when I saw a lot of the people I worked with. One moment we're behind the bar together. They were like, all right, I'm leaving for a few months. I have a show. Then next thing you know, you're walking up the West End, you see their billboard up, and you're just like, what? That's freaking crazy. And I don't know. I think it kind of stuck with me. A fun thing, I think I got, so I used to always help my friends out with auditions. And so I kind of learned the audition process a little early before I was even actually acting. But then one of my friends hyped me up and was like, oh, yeah, you should go audition for this show. Never done a professional audition in my life, and it was in person, and it was for a musical. I feel like I can hold a note, but I wouldn't call myself a singer. Not yet. I need to take some classes, but not for a while. But yeah, she was like, "Oh no, you'll be great at this part." So I let her hype me up. I started feeling myself. I was like, "All right, whatever." So I can do this. So she's like, "Oh yeah, just bring your resume." My mind at that point, the only resume I ever knew was my professional resume. So I come strolling down to the theater. It's probably like a train ride away outside of London, this little small town. I can't remember the name of the town. But that whole morning, I was practicing singing in the shower, and everybody sounds great in the shower, right? But didn't think, oh, I need to bring sheet music along with me. So I walk in, the three figureheads in the back of the theater. It's like, okay, can you bring us your resume? I slide them my resume. Oh, you have work experience here. You have work experience there. Oh, we have your acting as a resume? Ooh, I ain't got that. I don't even know what that is at that point. Then, all right, did you bring sheet music with you? I don't know how to get sheet music. I don't know anything there. So off the bat, I'm making a hell of an impression, I'm sure. And I went out there. So there was one of the numbers from the show. So the pianist was playing a little bit, and we rehearsed for like 5 minutes, and then I kind of sung it and did everything. So in my mind, I felt pretty damn proud of myself that I actually went out there and did it. I'm probably sure they were like, this was a waste of time, but it happened. Never heard back from them again, which rightfully so. I probably wouldn't have heard me either. But there was a weird euphoric feeling for it that I kind of just always kept in the back of my mind. And that led me to want to kind of look into what it is to be an actor and kind of just play around with it. Moved back to Houston. Obviously went to school for sports management. I was still trying to play at that time, trying to get in the league, and spent 6 years kind of doing that. So worked for the Texans and worked my way up there. Bad season. We had a regime change. So then that led me to figuring out what I wanted to do with my life. And that summer, had no job, nothing lined up. And I was like, well, let's go take an acting class. And I took a real actual acting class. And I was like, this is actually what it gave me that euphoric feeling of playing again. That feeling of being on the field, going out there and doing certain things, and took me back to that moment that, especially when I had that one audition that I absolutely loved. And that's what kind of led me to where I am now. Fast forward, were we 4 or 5 years? 5 years later, I think. Been acting, taking different classes here in Houston. My time with the Texans, I did a lot of operations and marketing, stuff like that. So that basically gave me a good basis of what production basically is. And that's what led me to start my company, founder of Banjo Beaver Productions. Been here on our third short film. We're in post now. Had a couple things in the festival circuit, and we are just rocking and rolling, hopefully to get a feature off the ground this year. And there we are. That's kind of my little clip notes, not really clip notes version of my life. But yeah, Houston's great. Love Houston. Obviously, it's not LA. That's kind of been things we've talked about. about how do we make film here in Houston a viable business. And that's one of the things that I think a lot of filmmakers have not really properly thought through. You know, it's great to make art. Everybody can make art, be creative, go out there, do what you want to do. But making money off of that art, you got to be a little more strategic about it. And I do, obviously, Texas is full of money, tech, oil, medical, all that stuff. But obviously, where's that disconnect of Texas seeing film, arts, not just film and TV, but the arts in general, a viable business? I feel like I do see it in a lot more probably in the theater district, because Houston does have a very vibrant theater district here. So where's that disconnect of indie film and Houston film and things like that? So, that's some of the things that I hope that I can help curve and be an addition to help, Houston, be, I won't say we're going to be the next Atlanta, but obviously there's a lot more into it than just companies making movies. Obviously, us as artists, we got to put out good product first, right?
That part. Yeah.
Two, we have to, obviously, the tax incentives and things like that for bigger productions to come here. That's something that's way above our heads at this current moment, I believe. But the start is to make very good content that gets notoriety to Houston and then go from there. Obviously, there's tons of great people who are from Texas. You got the Glenn Powells, you got the Woody Harrelsons, you got the Dennis Quaids, you got the who am I missing? Richard Linklaters, Wes Andersons, all these people from Texas, which are making great stuff. Obviously, a few of them moved back. Obviously, they've cut their teeth in LA and done the whole circuit there. But, I do feel that there is a place to, you don't necessarily have to do the LA thing. Obviously, connections.
You really don't.
It's the mecca there. So obviously going there, making those connections in LA, in a New York, in a Vancouver, those are great places to still have to go to do business wise, obviously Georgia. But at the same time, I do believe that there is a place for us to be able to make a viable business here in Texas, because Texas is huge. Houston's fourth largest city in America. How has it not merged a little bit,
Yeah. I mean, I agree. You definitely, let me emphasize what you just said. You definitely do not need to be in Los Angeles to make a career in this industry. My reasons for moving were very, very specific to me. But I grew up in Chicago. I was born in Houston, but I grew up in Chicago. Like, that is huge for theater, huge for TV now. They have a bunch of series out there now that are all like the Chicago PD, Chicago Fire, like, why can't I think of it? The name just, the bear or something, like, whatever.
The bear,
yeah, that shoots out. So you don't have to be here to, you don't even have to be in a major city anymore to start a career in our industry.
Obviously, case in point, what we're doing right now, like, it is fun to talk to people who've been in the industry like 30 plus years, where, they talk about that transition of obviously camera phones and all these social media platforms and Zooms and links like these, where you can create content and not have to know. I will by all means not say I'm a gearhead at all. I know very little about the cameras and all that stuff like that, where I hire DPs who know that world.
Exactly.
But I do feel like if this was 20, 30 years ago, yes, you have to be a student of that film. But now we can still create something without having all the technical know-how. Not saying that education is not important, but still being able to create something until we get a footing into what we're really trying to do.
Yeah. I remember the industry, like, when I was little, because like I said, I've been doing this for years and years and years, when headshots were black and white. Like my first set of headshots were black and white headshots.
Are you a child
Like
actor, Phoebe? What is
I
this?
was trying to be.
You never told me this.
Oh yeah. Because I started in theater when I was 4. My parents put me in theater when I was 4. So like my first set of headshots, which they're
Do we
somewhere
have
around
headshots?
here. I do. I will find them. My first set of headshots are when I was 13. When I was younger, I looked older. Nobody thought I was 13. But yeah. It don't crack.
You know, funny enough, I met at Sundance. I met the runner-up to Home Alone. Yeah, shout out to Jesse. Yeah,
What?
We were out there, and I don't know how we got on the comment, but he's like, "Oh yeah, like I used to be a child actor, this and that, blah blah." And he's like, "Yeah, like I was runner-up to Macaulay Culkin." I was like, "What? That would have been crazy. What if that would have happened?" Like, I mean, obviously, I probably wouldn't have met him.
You don't know. You
I
don't
mean,
know
yeah,
his
you're
life,
right. You're right.
trajectory of what his life could be. And I'm like determined to find these things.
You know that is, but I like thinking about that. I love wondering who was the runner-up to stuff. I mean, have you ever seen, Back to the Future? Michael J. Fox was their first choice, but scheduling conflicts happened, so they had to go with another guy. I cannot call the name of his name right now, but they had already started shooting with him, but it was not working. And then I think Michael J's schedule came available. Then they reshot everything with Michael J.
I'm telling you,
absolutely wow.
If a part is meant for you, it will be your part. Like, yeah. So I don't know how I got off on that tangent, but anyway, this industry, I have watched how this industry has changed, and it is insane, and it's changing quicker and quicker every year. Now that we're older, and so the fact that like you and I are friends now, and like are kind of have the same goals. First of all, sir, you love me. Anyway, go with that. Just like this much. Yeah.
Take that in half, and there we are. I'm just kidding.
Whatever. I was gonna ask if you want to tell people how we met, but I don't know that I trust you. I'm hurt now.
Well, way back when Phoebe was in these streets, I met her. No, I'm just kidding.
Not the streets.
We met in acting class. Shout out to Deke Anderson. Yeah, we walked in class. I think you had already been taking class for a couple of years now at that point. And yeah, I was new. I hadn't. I was taking class with Lee Stringer, and then I went to kind of branch out, see what other acting. I felt very comfortable in Lee's class. Loved Lee. But yeah, I wanted something else to kind of challenge me a little bit, get me out the comfort zone. You know how you just feel comfortable. It's like, oh, doesn't feel like I'm I won't say not being challenged, but I just felt too comfortable, where it just felt like I'm just hanging out with friends versus like I feel a little bit of pressure to perform, right? So yeah, that's why I went to Deke, and yeah, we met, and yeah, you kind of took me under your wing, and you haven't let me go yet.
I hooked him. Yeah. I mean, I want to say too, like to attest to our friendship now, is that I did move, but even after I moved, like we had, for all intents and purposes, just met right before I moved. Like I'd only known you a couple of months before I left, and just kind of a testament to who you are. Like you stayed keeping in contact with me, making sure like, I was doing okay out here, like checking in on me, and like we stayed talking and found out that we have a lot of similar interests in and kind of the same ideas of like how we want to see the industry work and what we want from our own careers. And Yeah, and it
Yeah.
just
That was part of it. I was just trying to really see if I can ride your coattails and see where we're going.
oh, okay. Well, the truth
Kidding.
out. The
Joking.
truth comes
Joking.
out. But yeah.
No, I wouldn't ride your coattails. No, yeah, it is. It was kind of cool how we did vibe on a lot of projects, and obviously you've helped me tremendously with Banjo Beaver and kind of helping me grow with some stuff. Watch out for our newsletter coming soon. Got that coming down the pipe. Yeah, it's been fun. It's been fun to ride. It's only the beginning. We've all kind of recognized we all have that drive. There is something that testament. Obviously, majority of us are actors first, but of really understanding that we do want to create something outside of not just being actors, but create stories that we want to tell as well. Obviously, that comes with a lot of learning, a lot of different other aspects, where it can get. It's always that actors always try to do everything else, and then it's like, oh, why not find? And my big goal is always trying to find other people that are growing in their respective areas, like other crew, other writers, other costume design, all sorts of things. And then it's like we're all kind of growing together where we're learning and growing, but we're able to wear our proper hats, right? By no means am I going to say, oh, I want to be a costume designer. Just never interested me. But hey, if it came down to it, I can wear that hat and I can pick out what needs to be worn. I think that's where I feel like we're trying to separate ourselves of really pinpointing those areas of collaboration that we can all work together and grow and create some really rad stuff. We're going to go out here, throw some stuff at the wall. I always say I'm throwing spaghetti at the wall, see what sticks, and see what happens. Having that courage, I'm a big proponent of encouraging people to follow their dreams. Big sports background, if you have not could tell yet. I love the whole motivational aspect of following your dreams. I get practicality, life, bills, all that stuff you got to do, but don't give up on your dreams. Go after it. Keep driving. There's a lot of things that can deter you, whatever they may be, family issues, health issues, whatever. But if it's something that you really want to go after it. A lot of people we're going to talk to during the course of the series is going to give you inspirational stories of resilience and other aspects that kept them going in their respective areas. And that's a lot of things we want to talk about outside of the goofiness, but really kind of be a platform to, just give people a voice that, before we are out there to have that real voice, if that makes sense. It's fun to kind of see where, we're all on the journey right now. We're not there yet. So I think that's where the fun comes.
It is. It's growing in our community, meeting new people, whatever experiences we've had, being able to answer questions that any of you guys may have, who are starting out now or are thinking about starting out and don't know where to start. We kind of want to be able to be a sounding board to you and use the experience that we've had to help you get started and
definitely
how much fun this industry can be, but also see it's hard work, but it's hard work that's worth it. Or for you to find out if it's not worth it to you, and then you saved yourself years of I wasted years.
I think the encouraging part of not being afraid to pivot either. If something really isn't for you, being, no matter what age you are, how much investment you've put into it, not being scared to be like, hey, I think I really want to try this. I think that's a valuable thing. Again, it's funny how many people they talk about you graduate, invest all this money in degrees, and then half people don't even go into what their degree is. Like I have a whole sports management master's degree, dual master's, and then I'm not even in sports anymore.
I think we should absolutely do an episode where we talk about going to school and degrees and all of that, because I have a film degree and a theater degree, and I have thoughts on that. So
we will get into that this season on.
Yes.
But this has been a fun episode to kind of introduce you to ourselves and to really kind of tell you what we're going to kind of talk about this season and things we're going to react to. You know, there'll be some fun clips of us reacting to trailers and different news, and a lot of us just talking and bantering. I hope you guys will enjoy it. But Phoebe, tell everybody where they can find you.
Oh, funny you should ask. I think you can find me here.
Oh, at Phoebe
Or
Ray __ or Phoebe Ray.
here.
Which one's your acting? Your
This
acting one.
one's my personal one, and I probably should have switched these. The Phoebe Ray 22 is my personal one, and then the __. Please, there's 2 underscores. Phoebe Ray is my acting one, and then you have yours and Banjo Beaver.
Yes, you can find me at GWade05 as my personal, or you can find me at Banjo Beaver Productions. Please be on the lookout for a lot of our upcoming projects. We are posting very regularly about some things that are about to drop. So if you want to be entertained, please stay tuned. And yeah, please like, subscribe, comment. We will definitely put in the comments about your showcase, Phoebe, down there, and we can get that all going. So
I will put that down in the description, and then just kind of be on the lookout for episodes for this season of Real Shenanigans. And at some point, whenever we're in the same city, we'll also maybe do some behind the scenes stuff. Who knows? Oh my God, we did it! Our first episode is in the bag.
We are in the bag. Thank you guys for tuning in. Be on the lookout for the next episode. Love you guys.
Bye.